you can share it to your page.
Okay. Oh my God.
Greetings. Hey, good people. What's poppin'? We're getting these technological things together. Come on in. Come on in. What's up, everybody? Shoot. Let me get on there. So I have to go. What I'm doing, you all, is logging in on my YouTube channel so that I can see the comments if anyone comments. Come on in, give me a shout. Let me know you are here. Say hey. If you in here, let me know where you're from. Give me a share, y'all. Let's get this thing out here. Okay, give me a share. YouTube. All right. Okay.
Oh,
so I am live. Why is it not showing me live? Man. All right. So listen, if I have anybody out here, you got a child, a teenager, a millennial that needs something to do, something constructive, something positive, I need a tech master, man. This is ridiculous. I really need a tech master. Okay.
Sure, you and me both.
I'm trying to told you. I need you. I need you. It's all right, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Hey. Did you find me on Facebook?
I'm still looking.
Okay. What? I think I'm on the. Oh no, I'm on. Man, I have so many freaking accounts.
Oh my God! Right.
Like I got, you get a YouTube channel with every Gmail address you have. So,
okay.
Yeah. All right. Welcome. I hope we get some folks in the house. We got a special guest tonight. How you doing tonight, Jesse?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I am. I woke up today. The sun was shining. It's April. It's all good. I can't ask for much else. I cannot. I won't ask for anything else. I dang sure won't complain.
I'm just glad to be here and be on this show.
That's what's up. I am honored to have you. And I don't care if there is nobody but you and me. One thing for certain, two things for sure. I'm going to stick to the plan. Okay.
That's right. All right.
We're just going to have a conversation. But a lot of people go back after the live and they watch, they tune in. So we're gonna just roll. We're gonna roll with it.
We're gonna roll with it.
I'm so honored. This is the Corona Effect podcast, where we are mastering life, building legacies, and making an impact one story at a time. Today, I feel like I'm off center. That's gonna bother me. So I'm a little OCD. Don't.
Okay, I got you.
Don't mind me, but I wasn't centered, so it was bothering me. But tonight, hey, there's somebody. I see the numbers, kind of going up. I don't know where you're tuning in from. Let me know you're here. Drop your name and where you're from in the chat. Welcome. Thank you for joining the Corona Effect podcast. Man, let's get into it. I have a guest tonight, and it has been a while since I have had a guest. I have been just working through the kinks, and I'm still working through the kinks. Blowing bubbles became like easy. It was kind of on autopilot. So I appreciate any and everybody who tunes in and walks through this transition period with me. Man, I am excited. There are so many things that's going to happen. The reason that I changed the name to the Corona Effect Podcast, one of the main reasons is because I am very intentional and deliberate about making an impact and having a positive effect on people's lives. So, Corona Effect, here we go. Let's get it. Ah, my brother Jesse Jones in the house, man. You guys are in for a treat today. How you doing, King?
I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful. Even better, I'm on this show to spread my love and my little new toy I got back here.
It's nice and bright and vibrant. I see a lot of different things. We're going to get into it, but we're going to have a real talk conversation. This is something that I'm very passionate about. Business is one of my 5 core pillars. I don't ever stray too far from business. I love business, all things business. So yeah, I really want to share what you have going on, see what me or my audience may be able to do to support the growth of your venture. It is so refreshing to meet an inventor, somebody who just has an original thought. So, yes, let's get home. This deserves bubbles.
Yes.
That was a dud. It was only one bubble. Now it's not trying to blow any.
Come on, blow them bowls. That's right. Blow them bowls.
Jesse Jones, man. Let's get into a little bit of background.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Far Rockaway, New York. If your listeners is familiar with New York, it's part of Queens, but it's like a little island like Manhattan, and it's surrounded by water.
I have never heard of that one. Say that
Never
again.
heard of that? You have your 5 boroughs that's mainly together, but like Manhattan, it's an island. It's mostly an island around it. So that's how Far Rockaway is. You actually have to take the train across the river to get to this island. It's part of Queens, but it's like separate from New York.
Wow. Okay. Learned something today. I'd never heard of it. I call myself really being a geography buff, but nice. And how long have you been in? You reside in Georgia, correct?
Yes. I've been in. What you gonna say?
How long you been down here?
Since 1995.
Oh man, you 30 years in. You a Georgia Peach now.
I'm a Georgia peach. That's right. I done turned into an apple to a peach.
That's what's up. You know, there's a whole group of people here. I saw a kind of a reunion, and it was NY to ATL. It was some kind of reunion. There's a lot of New Yorkers here.
Oh wow, I ain't never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, this is probably 10 years ago. I remember the guy's name was Willie. He was a videographer. I haven't seen that. I don't even know his last name. I just remember that about him. And let me tell you guys, this is a segue to something. Take action. When somebody gives you an idea and they're willing to help you, especially, take action. This brother tried to get me into vlogging at least 10 years ago. If I had started this process 10 years ago, man, and been in place when COVID happened
yes.
Willie, if you're out there, I know you're out there. I'm gonna believe you still in the land of the living. Willie, I don't remember your last name, but you will remember that you and I had this conversation all these years ago. Matter of fact, it was closer to when I first moved here because he was a part of this music conference that I went to, and that was like in 2013. Willie, dropped the ball back then, but I still need that help. Okay. So the bottom, take action, man. Take action. Okay, I digress. Back to you. So you've been here for 30 years now. This is your 30th year here. And
yes.
What brought you to Atlanta?
Well, I've been married twice, but we ain't gonna get into that right now. But you know,
You gonna drop that there and say no?
hey, I listen. I'll let it know what it is. What it is. I'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
So the two marriages that did not work, were they? Do you own a big part of the responsibility for the marriages not working?
Yeah, I say that because most of the time I made a decision that the other person didn't. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you have to go with instinct or what you think is the better choice.
So you and your wife were not on one page, essentially. That's what you're saying.
No, because I mean interrupt you, but I'm not gonna say forced her down here, but if somebody introduced you to a better life than way you living now, when you take a chance, especially you got a 1-year-old daughter. My daughter just turned 31 in January. 30, well, she was a year when we came down here.
Okay. And that didn't work for your wife. She
She actually went back in 98. She couldn't stay down here, I guess. And it really wasn't for a good reason. It's because she missed friends and all that. If you consider that important, I would consider the raising of your child is more important than friends.
Okay.
Actually, this same daughter graduates in May. Already have a son that that passed the bar in 2020.
Okay. So you and that was your first wife that you moved down here with?
Yes. I actually have 9 children.
Wait a minute now. You getting ahead of me. You getting ahead.
Well, you got to know how many it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Now questions. Okay, wait a minute now. You moved down here. Did you only have that one child when you moved here?
No, that Ashley was my fifth child. I actually made 3 of her brothers here.
Okay.
She had 3 brothers. Well, she got pregnant back to back 3 times. So actually, these are my middle kids. They're actually all a year apart, but my oldest daughter from her and my second son, which is my junior, are actually a year and a half apart. So it'd be funny. 1 year they're 2 years apart because their birthday is from January to November. So it leaped. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. They'll be a year apart between that time, but when it leaped back to January, she's actually like a half a year ahead of them. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's crazy.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so you moved here. You had. I'm not going to get lost in the roster because I'm already. You had. So you got divorced from her, and then you got married. How long before you got married the second time?
I got married the second time in 2010. I actually was still married to. Listen, I can be here with crazy stories every night.
Wait a minute. Did I just hear a bigamy in there? Wait a minute now. I need this math for me. You finish what you were saying. Did you say you were still married?
I was still married. It's like how I met my second wife was a crazy story, but the reason why I started laughing because when we met, she was still married. And we got a divorce at the same time by the same judge. Listen.
Okay. So at least you both committed to doing the right thing. Okay.
Yes, it did. And it actually changed her life. I actually just got off the phone with her before I got on this podcast. She probably listening.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good thing.
So you two, how long have you been divorced?
Well, we got a divorce in 2018.
Okay. And so you still have a good relationship though.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. My 12-year-old this is just another crazy story. You know, she has 5 kids, right? When I met her, she had 4 kids. So, I mean, all my kids are smart. I'm not bragging and I'm not going to say I knew, but he gets honor roll every month. She actually called me one day and said, "Oh, Jesse, they just called and said our son is a genius." And I know I wasn't surprised. Her kids was in the background like, "We smart too, Mom." But she said, "I know teachers never told me I had a genius before." This is one crazy story, right quick. You know how the cable box come and they have all them numbers and letters?
Yeah.
Sometimes it be up to 26. Her mother, his grandmother, she calls him to read the numbers off, and he know these by heart. I actually have to write these down. I don't know. This boy is like amazing.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to Latasha Rushing for watching, tuning in. Okay, so why couldn't you make it work?
I mean, this is my rule with meeting a woman. You don't really supposed to deal with them at least 6 months to a year out our last relationship. And she was kind of in a bad relationship. So she really didn't want a relationship. She told me really out throughout the marriage and everything. This is real talk. But something told me I need to stay there. So I know my son is here for a reason. She is here because when I met her, you know, she was a regular woman working at Walmart, you know what I'm saying, 4 kids, struggling or whatever. This woman lives in a $500,000 house. She also has a business inside her house and outside. She does hair. Shout out to stylesbynika.com. Styles by Nika on Facebook, sorry. She does hair. I mean, when she started, I helped out a lot. Oh, she give me that little credit. This woman's no joke at doing hair. Sometimes she complains to me how much business she get. Listen, when you ask for something, you better be prepared for it.
So wait a minute, but why didn't it work? I haven't heard why it didn't work.
I mean, you have to ask a woman that. I can't really answer that.
Why don't you think? Why do you think?
Let me say, we had our difficulties, and I guess we put it like this. We really decided to part ways. Really was on me, because when she gave me the final ultimatum, she said you can stay, you know, help out with bills. Maybe I would have stayed. It could have worked out, but I felt, you know what I'm saying, it's time for me to venture on my own, and you know what I'm saying, this is my future right here.
Okay. I mean, I'm not. So first of all, let me say for the record, there's only one of the two parties here. So and only having, partial perspective, I can't, I'm not like coming down on you, but
right
out there, I want everybody to understand, when it comes to marriage, too many of us say I do to turn around and don't.
Yes.
I really believe in the institution of marriage, like wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I know that things happen, but I haven't heard any horrible thing that, like, this person that you still mad cool with should have ended that marriage. So I don't know. Maybe you're single because your wife is still there.
Right. She's kind of there in some ways. And you know, we still have a child to raise.
I'm gonna just drop that there, not to dig into it because we are on live camera, but I'm just throw that out there. Maybe
right, I got you.
Maybe the spirit, the ancestors, all the things, all the entities. You got
we had to be cordial for the child, but don't get me wrong. We have our moments. It's been times that we disagree, and the reason why I think we click like that because she's very smart. I don't deal with unintelligent people. I deal with people that's intelligent. You know what I'm saying? That can think for themselves and think together with somebody. A lot of people can't do that. And like I always say, if you meet somebody that has common sense and smart, you need to keep them. Because I swear, I believe 90% of America, they only have one trait.
One trait?
Yeah, because a lot of people that's smart don't have common sense. And a lot of people that have common sense is not smart. If you kind of understand what I'm saying. A lot of people don't have both of them traits.
Not common.
Huh?
Common sense is not common.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And common sense is more thinking in a moment. Being intelligent is more analyzing stuff, which is two different things.
Being intelligent is different from having wisdom. Wisdom is having the intelligence, but knowing how and when to apply it. So you can do something and still do the wrong thing.
Right. That's what kind of right. Because it's all different moments.
We need balance. We need wholeness. All the things. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Kenny. Kenny is tuning in. So we're gonna move past that. You've been married twice.
Let me say one more thing before we pass that. Don't get me wrong. I think about it all the time. Did I make the right decision? You know what I'm saying? Because one of them things was not being with my son every day. That's another thing people don't realize when getting divorced. It always affects the child. They say it don't. And shout out to mothers that's raising kids by themselves. But I don't care what nobody say. The kids need both. That's why DNA is from both parents, because they need both parents.
100%. I 100% agree. As long as it's not a toxic environment.
No, it definitely not. Definitely not.
Children need both. And let me tell y'all something, ladies. I'm a lady, so hey, Cola Pacheco, man. Hey, brother, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a few years. I said real estate agent. I did a deal with years ago.
Okay.
Ladies, I'm gonna speak to you because I'm a woman. I'm woman to woman. Let's tune out and act like there's no men on here right now. I don't care what that man did. As long as he's not abusing the children, there is no excuse to interfere with the relationship between a father and his child.
100.
And I mean that wholeheartedly. I got receipts. I had every excuse in the book to interfere, but I never did and never would. Okay? So I can stand on the words that I speak. There is no excuse. If he's not abusive to those children, any type of abuse, if he's not abusive to those children, do not interfere with your children and their father's relationships. Okay. Next. Now, you mentioned you are single, but you have 9 children. 9.
Yes.
You need 2 hands. Okay. What's the age range for your kid?
Oh, okay. Here we go. And before I say the ages, why do people forget that Black people have large families? The only reason why now it is because of the economy. I bet you if everybody was comfortable and rich, everybody be having kids. I'd say that's the number one thing.
That's not very common anymore. Children are expensive. We don't have the space and the land. Like back in the day, we used to have acreage and farms, and people had big families to help work the farm or to help run the business. But somebody came along with the child labor laws, and the kids have to go to school. They can't work. So now you got these kids, you got to send them to school and you got to feed them. So you can't have as many kids because they can't help you work the business. So there was a method to the madness. That's one of the things that made the perception of a man having a lot of children, especially sons, back in even the biblical times, is because he was wealthy, because he would have somebody to help him build and continue his legacy, meaning the business. So I don't think people forgot. It's just not very common. So Tell us the age of your children.
37, 36, 31, 29, 28, 27, 22, 20, and 2, 20, and 13, April 29th. I think that's all 9. I don't think I skipped one. Please don't ask me for the birthdays.
I won't do that to you. So you have 2 that's 20 years old.
Yes, actually 5 that's 20 years old. 20, 22, 26, 20, 26, 27, no, 27, 28, and 29. And when my son's birthday comes in November, he'll be 30, and there'll be only a couple of months apart.
The 2 that are 20 years old, not in
20 and 20 and 22.
Okay.
I have a 22-year-old daughter. Graduated at McNair High School during the pandemic. She just graduated about a year and a half ago from Georgia Tech for phlebotomy. So she worked in a hospital. I mean, I'm proud of all my kids. Like, they smart. Like, and like I said, I'm not trying to brag, but I mean, the relationship may not have worked between me and the mothers, but they did their job. That's the only thing you can ask for.
For sure. Okay. Whew. Are you done having children, Jesse?
I'm not gonna say no. It depends on if I meet the right person, because I still believe in love, and I'm still looking for that right person till I finally close my eyes. Excuse me, because if this dream, I'm not gonna say this dream come true. It is, because this is a dream right here. I'm gonna need somebody to manage that, because I don't know about these kids with all this money. So, I'm just gonna, if I meet somebody, it happened. I can't say no. I said I was gonna have 2 kids. Look how many I got now. So, and I love all of them, and I keep in touch with all of them. So, I'll never say no. I'll just say a question mark.
Okay, got you. Now, what is it? So, are you actively looking, or you just hoping she comes along?
Well, I'm on Facebook and 1 or 2 dating sites, but ain't nobody giving me them butterflies in my stomach.
Okay.
Somebody probably say you want to be a teenager. Hey, if somebody know what love is, and I know you do, that's what it feel like. Feeling is not material; it's emotional.
Let me say this: everybody has a different perspective of what love is.
They sure do.
You got to be. Not only do you have to be clear and explicit on what you want, you have to be able to articulate that. So if you're not getting what you want, maybe you're not able to communicate that to the person. So tell our audience what it is that you are looking for in a woman, a life partner.
Let me ask you a question first, though, before I answer that.
Okay.
Isn't real love is emotional bond, a connection with somebody?
That's part of it.
I know financial has to do with it, but this is my motto. I tell people, when you was born, what did you have?
So there's different types of. I had parental and familial love, but that's a different love than the life partner love, the spouse love. So
right, that's what I'm looking for. Life partner, spouse.
You still you still have to define that. You've got to get clear on. So FYI, you probably didn't notice, I'm a clarity coach. So one of the things that people are always tripping up on in life, they say, like, I want true love. What does that mean to you? If you can't explain it to me, just having a general conversation, how you think you're going to explain it when you are in a close, intense interaction with a woman? Right. So understanding what it is that you want, and I can send you a tool that I use to help people gain clarity.
Okay.
to make you really drill down and understand what is it I want? What is it I don't want? I've had these experiences. I didn't really appreciate or like that. This is what I can do better. This is where I went wrong in the past. So yeah, that's what we're gonna work on that outside of this. I'll
I
send
got
you.
you. I
I'll
got
send
you.
you because it doesn't sound to me like you can really say what you want besides love. Because if somebody comes to you and you link up, let's use the name Tanisha.
Okay.
You and Tanisha get together and Tanisha calls you every day, texts you every day, wants to be with you every day, and this is Tanisha's version of love. And you're like, but I gotta work.
Right.
I love you. That's true love for her. But she
Right.
gotta work. I got money. I don't need you, but I gotta work. She doesn't need. So you got if you're not very clear on all
No,
the
I got what you saying. I got what you're saying. But
yeah,
that's when it comes in. You both have an understanding. Well, first of all, you gotta get to know each other to see, like you said, is that kind of person you want. I want to build an emotional foundation first. You know what I'm saying? What they're about, what they want out of life, things like that. See what we got in common first.
mhm. Shout out to Renzo Dawkins. He's on here. Man, I got my regulars. I sure appreciate you guys so much. Um, okay. So, ladies, anybody tuning in or the gentleman tuning in, if you know of a young lady who is single and looking, I don't do hookups, but I do introductions. Y'all take it from there. So,
Got you.
if anybody might have an interest, yeah, Jesse, he's looking. What do you do for a living, Jesse?
I work at Siemens. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It's a common name.
Chemical.
They basically got their hand in everything.
Yeah, they do chemical. They're big on chemicals, aren't they?
Chemicals, they do X-ray machine, trains, music, whatever. But the division I work in is Siemens Mobility, where we actually build the Amtrak trains.
Oh, wow.
If anybody know it, Amtrak is government owned, and we have the government contract. They're actually putting a new plant in North Carolina where they actually going to build a whole train, and they're getting ready to get into It's going to be California, and I believe another city that's going to have the bullet train by 2030. They building it right now.
From what I remember, I know there's supposed to be a bullet going from Southern California to Las Vegas.
It's something like that, right? I was going to say Texas, but it's Las Vegas. You're right. That's just going to start of a chain reaction. And they actually do the bullet train in China.
Atlanta to Savannah. So the port, and this has already been approved by the both houses, the House and the Senate in the state of Georgia.
Correct.
The bullet train, because in Savannah, Georgia has the largest and busiest shipping port in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't sustain the workforce. So the idea is to create this bullet train, the line that can easily help the workforce commute from the Atlanta area down there. So anybody who wants to work there, but they don't want to move to Savannah. So that's the idea. They've approved that. Now that's been a few years now, but
do you remember them protesting maybe 6 months ago?
nah.
They protested. They had two things. The port of Savannah is like 30 years behind compared to China. I don't know the other country. They're all automated. So they was protesting for more wages and no robots right now. They actually making $62 an hour. They got that, but they told them that's the future. They can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could work side by side, but people don't realize like we're moving into technology. That's the future.
Yeah, the longshoremen. So there's a show, I don't know if it's a documentary or a little mini series on, I think it's Amazon Prime, and I believe it's called Buying buying something, and they
Mm.
talk about the all the things that are made over there in China. They have a whole freaking city that was built explicitly to supply America with goods and services.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things that are imported, the people live there, they work there, they got restaurants in the factories, the hospital. They never leave work, basically. They
Right.
live down the block and they live on the same site. They have to pretty much audition to get a job there. Like, you don't just, it's considered an honor to work in this factory to build our products that are sold in all the stores. And then they ship it. Oh man, what is it? It's buying something. Look on Amazon. And then they talk about the product obsolescence, which is they make products knowing that it's going to fail. They make it to fail within 2 years. So you got to turn around and buy another one.
Okay. You're not talking about them sweatshops, are you?
Not so. Sweatshops are traditionally known as the ones that are the garment district.
Oh, right.
These things, it's a very high tech. It's real automated. You got to check it out. It's on Amazon, and I'm not doing it any justice by the way I'm trying to explain it, because I watched it a couple months ago, back in like November, December, on my podcast hiatus. So I'm trying to remember, but yes, they talk about all of that, how they manufacture all of the products very efficiently, very cheaply. These people are making $204, the highest paid ones, the supervisor, $240 a month.
What? Wow.
A month. How are we gonna compete with them? And they have all the highest technology. It's very fast. The people are very proud of their work. Even the lowest paid person, the entry level job, these people go to work with a sense of purpose, and they don't get up there and complain. They do their jobs, and they don't care that they're the low man on the totem pole. They go in there with the hopes that they'll get a chance to work their way up. But they'll make that $100 and something a month to send back home, because they have to leave their families. So it's a whole different world where it's very, very difficult for us Americans to compete with that. As long as those goods and services are coming into this country, and the manufacturers and the big retailers are getting things for pennies, like the iron was one of the things that they featured. Same iron, same model of iron that I bought at Walmart like 2 or 3 years ago. And I paid $50 for this iron that cost them like 27 cents to make.
Right. Wow.
Who's getting all the profit? So one of the things that because I'm from Ohio, and where there's a lot of factories and manufacturers that went out of business, because when the cheap Chinese steel started getting imported in the 1980s because of Ronald Reagan, we started losing jobs then. I was young, but the companies started going bankrupt and the steel mills started closing. Where I'm from, the whole valley where I'm from, you could drive, you don't have to drive 2 miles before you could see an abandoned steel mill. Wow. So yeah, that's my soapbox. Check that out, everybody, on Amazon Prime. It's called Buying Something. If you just search, go on to Amazon video and search buying, as soon as you type buying, that thing is going to come up. But now, speaking of manufacturing, you had an idea for this product, and you created the Bowl Buddy. Perfect segue. Tell me, before you get into showing it and everything, tell me what led to your inspiration to create this product.
Really 2 things. One, me having 5 boys, and the potty is not for boys. Definitely not. You know, we're not taught to sit down and use a bathroom. So I had said at first, whoever made that idea was thumbs down. And another reason why, with me and my second ex-wife, we actually got a job cleaning schools at night. So imagine cleaning 200-300 bathrooms every night, and it's just, I ain't gonna say what the conditions was with me anything. And I said I had to come up with something where the man can still use the toilet, but he used it the proper way. So I came up with the bowl buddy.
Okay. And how long has it been since you started this process?
Really right after the pandemic, I had couple of ideas that I made and I scrapped them. So like 2024, I did the drawings and stuff. And when I did the final product, my basic prototype, it came out perfect. So then I said, I need to personalize them. So that's when my son, he's the inspiration of this. That's when I came with the Spider-Man you seen behind me. And I said, don't even let me stop there because men act like kids too. We got our favorite team like me. This is one of my teams, the Mets. So I'm in Atlanta. So I had to do the Atlanta Bowl Buddy. And what's different about the Atlanta Bowl Buddy is that's a commercial toilet. So it can be in QT, it can be at the Truist Park, it can be at the hospital for the kids. Wherever's a bathroom should be a bowl buddy. Do you remember Build a Bear? They still have it. Why not build a buddy? Build it how you want.
So let me play devil's advocate. Last week I said to you in a private message, I recommend that you talk to a product engineer. Have you sought anybody out?
I emailed a couple of people. I'm waiting for responses. So, I'm still going through that aspect right now. But, I had to make sure my patent was
for sure.
Wow.
Those of you who don't know, okay, everybody who knows me should know that I'm heavy into intellectual property. I've been a songwriter for many years, have been a part of several patents, just a bunch of different stuff. I got a lot of experience in this area. Okay. When I first spoke to Jesse, he wanted to come on and I was 100% against it. I said, you have to protect that product.
Yes, we did.
I don't care how raggedy somebody thinks somebody else's idea is somebody who don't have an original idea and they're waiting to take another person's idea.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you listened and you did what you needed to do to,
yes.
begin that patent, officially get that patent process going. And shout out to you, man, because
Thank you.
that they've even come up with something that was patentable.
Yes. And no, I did a patent search, nothing like it in the world, not even close.
Yeah.
The lawyer kept asking me, how did you come up with this? Like, my mind, this is my gift right here. And my mind is sick with ideas. So I know when my son get older, you just don't know. This man's mind is turning with stuff.
The beautiful thing is because you have begun this process and you've created something out of thin air from your own mind, your own thoughts and inspiration.
Right.
Children can get a head start on their gifts because they seen daddy do it. So
correct.
That's one thing that people don't think about when we talk about legacy. That's the intangible legacy that you leave with your children. Like you can leave your legacy without having to leave here because you proceed just by your deeds, by your actions. So man, shout out to you and your children. I hope that all of them are driven to create. I believe all created to create. Too many people want to see the next person and do what the next person is doing. Man, if you don't use that brain. But okay, so we can't obviously fully demonstrate this thing for obvious reasons, but kind of talk me through how a person uses it. And you can pull one down or if you have another one on the side.
Okay, I'll pull one down. That's actually the caddy that sits on the wall when it's not in use. Like say if a woman want to use the bathroom, all she would have to do is put the caddy back on the wall. How this basically work is, if this part, see it says do not sit, if it's not in use, what you basically do is this is sitting on the toilet seat. So before you sit on the toilet seat, this is at the bottom. This comes out 2 inches above the water, just above the water, and you sit it down. Then what you would do is you would take the strap off, pull the cap back, and put this to that family jewel you got. You know, after you use it, you put it back and you put the cap back on. For use to clean, it's gonna have either 2 uses that I'm still thinking about, but I probably do both of them. One is gonna have this tube you can remove, and one is gonna have maybe a line or something inside. But either way, if it's a permanent tube, all you would do is take your little spray bottles, spray some hot water and some bleach, and let it run down. It shouldn't take long to dry. And then say once a woman want to use a bathroom, like I said, she would strap it back up, bring it back on the wall.
Okay.
Simple.
So
now the little, oh, I just one more. Now it's a Spider-Man. This is a little bit more. I don't know if you could see. It got a clock.
I can't see Spidey at all.
Okay, yeah, it's hard with this phone, but you can see all the little. Oh, got it. You know, you can see the clock. It got this way to hold a cup or a bottle. That's a sensor in front. Let me see. I'll turn it on.
It's wrestling time.
Let's see, it's a sensor.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, you got all the. This is the Marvel version. It has all the action figures on there.
So where
something you can take off and play with. You know, while they're using the bathroom. It has a clock. It has a clock to baby, what time is it? So they're using the bathroom, learning. It has a Bluetooth. They can listen to it. You know, like I said, toys they can play with. It's just everything. You can customize it to how you want. That's the thing about it. And Atlanta Braves, right quick. This one, same concept. This one, I'm trying to go old school. It has a chalkboard. Let me see if I can get it in there.
Chalkboard.
Yeah, it has a chalkboard. Let me go down. Can you see it? That thing right there, you remove that. It's a chalkboard. See, it says Go Braves. You can write on there, baby, cook me some dinner. You know, something like whatever. You know, this has got bats on it. You know, same thing like the lid. It comes off. Same concept. This comes out. And this one is this is hung by a magnet. So this is the base right here. I don't know if you can see it. It has a clock right there. I'm sorry if you can't see it. But like that's the basic idea right there. Okay. If they go to my Instagram and TikTok, they can actually see the actual video of me using it and pictures and all that. I put new pictures up every day. I'm about to put a new picture with somebody actually using it. So this is brand new.
Okay, so the couple things stirred around in me.
Okay.
On the Spider-Man and on the Spider-Man version, I couldn't see where the apparatus was at for them to use the bathroom.
The apparatus is always in the middle, like the one I showed you. It's always in the middle. Let me see if I can get it again. Let's see. That's the top. See, the top comes off. This is the top. Can you see?
Okay, now
yeah, I know it's hard. Let me see if I can turn this. I wish I could turn this camera around.
I can see it now
Oh, you can see it? Yeah. So that's the top.
Okay. So definitely, I would strongly recommend you
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
finding a product engineer. That's going to be critical.
Right. And toys come off, they can play with it. They got a spider on there.
So
The spider.
the intellectual property consultant in me, my mind is like, okay, all of the money that you are going, this is a startup business.
Yes.
All of the money that you are going to spend on licensing agreements and the time that it would take to get those agreements, you might want to weigh the pros and cons of that out. Because Marvel,
and I'm doing that. I contacted a couple of companies. We signed a non-disclosure agreement first, so I'm waiting for them to answer back. They said it's gonna take a little time, but
the company to do what?
I really want to license it and let them do everything.
So that's a different.
Yeah, they'll give you money up front and you get the royalties out of it, but they do everything. So I'm looking at all. You don't think that's a good idea?
Listen to me.
Okay.
That's a different level. That's you licensing your product for somebody else to manufacture it. No, you have to pay the owners of those copyrighted and patented and trademarked things that you have attached to your product. You got to clear all of that and get licenses for each thing, each use, each variation. You got to pay for all of that before you even make the first one. Legally, first one. So any profit that you might make, you throwing it away just because you want these other people's stuff on it. Just some food for thought. However, I will direct you to the resource. There's a licensing convention that happens every May in Atlanta. Just you can Google it up. It's I can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
You can go there. You can just walk around and meet people. All the people in the world who are behind licensing agreements for different the NCAA, NFL, in Major League Baseball, soccer. All of those people who handle that will be there.
Okay, bet. Okay.
I'm not just gonna tell you I don't like an idea without giving you a valuable resource. I don't, because I don't like just giving somebody money for the sake of using their stuff. I'm gonna make my stuff. That's what you want to do. Okay.
Right.
There's that. Now the mother in me and the OCD in me is doing cartwheels right now. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm gonna call it the dryer vent thing. That's what the piece looks like to me.
Right. That's what it is.
To imagine all of the nooks and crannies for urine and bacteria to hide in that thing as it collapses for you to put it away and you hang it on the wall and the pee just run down the wall. Get a product engineer. So I want you to understand there's going to be a whole lot of mothers who like, heck no, that ain't going on my wall.
No, I understand. I actually talked to one. They have 101 plastic products that will do the job I need. So I'm, like I said, I'm doing my research. They said this is not something that's hard, because they actually have products like that in hospitals, but not to this extent.
Yes. And
so it's possible. It's possible.
And rolling up, like say somebody's in a wheelchair and they just roll up and they pull that tube up and use it. Like it's more dignified than just using a urinal.
Right.
I can see that being a good use. But just working through the different iterations of the product design, and anybody who's ever invented anything and had success with it can tell you that usually the first, I don't know how many designs, is not what ends up going to production.
Oh, I definitely know that. But can I ask you a question?
For sure.
Would you rather clean a tube or have a husband that pee on the seat, under the seat, all on the outside? That prevents all of that. So if we can give or take a tube for the whole toilet, and every time 100% guaranteed you can sit down, I think women will make that trade.
And so I just happen to be a person that anybody that I'm dealing with is not peeing on the toilet seat.
We can't say that for every man, though.
I'm talking
Listen,
about
I done had 20 people I showed this to wanted to buy it on the spot because they said they need it. So listen, it's about 400 million people in America.
In this country alone. And I'm not, please don't take my objection as negative criticism. That's not it. I want to inspire thought. Okay. I'm not at all. I'm not one that's going to tell somebody that their idea is a bad idea. That's not it at all.
But your opinion do count. That's why I'm on here. I think people on this show will take your opinion seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Here's okay. I'm gonna do the best I can to do a live demonstration. Okay. This is the bowl buddy, and I'm hanging it up.
Right.
That's what I picture when it gets hung up on the wall. You see that? And that's just.
But get this though. The bowl buddy is in an upright position where it's going to run down. It's not going to have them swirls or none of that. This is only a prototype.
For sure. And that's why I said, when you get with a product engineer, I want different things that you are thinking.
Oh, definitely. We talked about that. This is definitely not the final product. This is just to show, you know what I'm saying? This is just the beginning of alterations.
This is a great lesson for all you entrepreneurs, all you entrepreneur wannabes, all you people who have ideas. Because I got an idea, and you did way better than me. I have this idea in my head, and I haven't trusted anybody with the idea because
you don't.
I know that I need help. I haven't found the person.
I mean, you can trust me. I don't steal nobody's stuff. I might can help you, but like you say, you can't trust everybody.
Yeah, but I need a software engineer. It's a program.
Oh well, I can't help you with that.
All the people
we both need
about five or six. Matter of fact, it was 8 years ago. I remember specifically. 8 years ago, I tweeted. I said, "Man, I got this idea for this program," and for about a year and a half, my Twitter inbox was blowing up with people from all over the world, Pakistan, but they were never domestic. Wow. Trying to get me to send them my information for my idea. So
right.
They can send me you're not about to send me a demo and then my product end up on every computer in America.
Right.
I told you and you patented it. And now, mind you, the patent laws are different in different countries. So you give somebody out of this country your idea and you just stuck. You can't even litigate that.
Right.
You can try if you can prove that you gave them your idea and that you had the idea before they had the idea. It's just so much. So I just haven't, you took a step that I haven't been willing to take. So I applaud you. This is huge. And I know that just because you had the tenacity to get through the idea to concept, you have proof of concept now. Right. It's just a matter of tweaking the product design and you have a patent pending, ladies, from a patent pending. So it is an original idea for an original specific use that came from your mind. Very, very, very exciting.
And let me tell you, this is not easy, nowhere close. And I'm like you said, I'm just in the beginning stage. It's not even a hard part. I thought making a prototype was hard. I thought maybe getting a patent was hard. That wasn't too bad. But now I'm getting ready to get in the thick of things.
Yep.
The manufacturing part, right.
Yeah, and the manufacturing, and being at where we are in our country, the political climate, it's getting ready to be a lot of changes to their
Mhm.
supply chain. A lot of people made a lot of money over the last couple of decades by shipping their ideas to China and other countries to be manufactured. Well,
Right.
that's changing now. So it's not going to be, that cheap. We're not going to have all these dollar stores on every corner selling 99-cent items. It's already changed. It's not a dollar anymore. No,
Right.
no dollar store sells anything for actually a dollar
Nope.
more. But all of that is because that stuff is coming into the country, but they're still making it. But what I don't like is the companies were making such a profit. The government gave them money for continuing to keep employees working during the pandemic, but they didn't lower the prices after the pandemic, after COVID sizzled down. They didn't.
Mm-mm.
I'm not even going to get started on that, but
Right. You already know how that works.
Mister, hey, Niecy. I try to give people a shout out when they come on here. We got some folks tuning in. Man, so what is next for you, Jesse?
And far as me, or as part of what's sitting behind me.
No, what's next for you? Always, I'm forever forward. My mindset is forever forward. What's next for you? What are you? Are any other? So I know you have to get the product to the next phase. You're working on. You got the licensing with the different companies that
Mhm.
products on your stuff. You got to I know all of the things with the Bowl Buddy, but what's next for Jesse? Do you have any other ideas, or what is next?
Well, I do have a lot of ideas. I do have. Well, this is pending. Two shows I supposed to be on. I'm not gonna say their name right now, but I don't know. Should I, if it come close, should I say something? Because I don't want to say nothing yet. Who it is?
Don't drop names yet.
I think I sent. Didn't I send you one of them?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You said
Okay, all right. So I don't want to say their name right now, but definitely when I get a confirmation, everybody definitely gonna know. But it's like pending right now, but
okay.
it's looking good.
Yeah, that would be major, pretty much international exposure for you.
Definitely,
That would be great.
definitely.
And on the personal note, do you have any plans or aspirations? What are you working on? How are you making Jesse better every day?
Oh, I make Jesse better every day by, making myself better, having a good relationship with my kids that makes me better. But I don't know. I feel, like they said, when there's a good man, there's always a great woman behind him. And I feel I'm just missing that part, part of that missing me. I'm like a relationship person. I feel like empty by myself, if understand what that is. But
Understand?
I work on myself every day. I'm not perfect, but
No
I
one,
ain't stupid neither.
no one is. Okay. Well, I firmly believe that when the time is right and when you're right, man, she gonna be right in your way. You're not gonna be able to miss her. But
You
I'm glad
can't say a good man always need a good woman to straighten them out sometimes. So I need that sometimes.
you need that sometime. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you find Jesse through the Corona Effect podcast, I am tying you down to commit to letting me know, and you have to come on here and y'all gotta tell me the love story. I am a sucker for love. I love love.
I am too. I am.
You find a mate or any type of connection that comes out of you being on this platform, we need to hear. We want to hear the story, and if it's anything that I can do to support the relationship through like guidance and coaching and wisdom and whatever it is that I can do to support the marriage, they will end up being the marriage, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm here for it. Ladies, I know too many of y'all who are single and looking. So
All right. Nice, good woman.
connection. The disclaimer: I don't have any liability or anything. I make the connection, and it's two grown people to be two grown people. Okay.
All right.
But I am
And I just had a birthday that passed on March 23rd.
be married.
I don't know, do I look 57 or I got all my teeth? You can't say that for everybody.
Ah, no, that's right.
No denture.
Well, ladies, y'all see.
That was a joke. I'm just playing.
Listen, I can speak for the vast majority of women. We love a man with a sense of humor. So
Okay, I definitely got that. I be having people cracking up.
Too short, man. You better be able to smile and laugh.
I know.
Because what else you have to do? You're gonna be mad.
Exactly.
So, man, but we are past the hour, man. This time went quick.
Yes, it did.
I didn't think it was I thought it was gonna be tough to get through an hour, and I drug it out before I introduced the Bowl Buddy because I wanted to really get to know you. I wanted the people to really see you and have a genuine organic conversation. And we did.
Right. Definitely. I think we had a good conversation. I wish we had a little bit longer, but maybe you have me on your show in the future because definitely I'm upgrading.
For sure.
This is going to be in effect. This is what 50 Cent said. Get rich or die trying. Listen, he did it. Why I can't do it? And actually, no bragging, no real talk. When I moved to Queens, standing on the corner with 50 Cent, grew up with Mike Tyson. I actually was going to have Mike Tyson beat somebody up. I'm actually trying to get in touch with him too. So I know a lot of people.
Well, if you can get in touch with Mike, both of y'all can come on my show.
I'll definitely bring him. As long as he don't put me in no chokehold, we good. Because he's too big.
If we can get Mike Tyson, I will have to rent a place and have a live show.
Oh man, that'll be wonderful.
I would do a live show for Mike. I've always liked Mike Tyson.
Yes, man. 15. You talking about the Hulk?
The town where I grew up as a teenager and went to high school. Mike had a house there, right up the street from where I went to school. Well, not up. He was like 10 minutes from where I went to school at Southington, Ohio.
Okay, that's what's up.
He used to train. Don King had a camp there, and he used to train right there. And he used to hang at some of the local bars. And
oh wow!
I never got to meet him, but he was always like real close to me.
I've seen him almost every day before he left. He used to come up to the park on his scooter, or he'll stop by. We playing basketball. Like I said, I actually wanted him to beat somebody up for me one time. Like this dude, imagine a 15-year-old looking like a grown man. Like he definitely has some 24-inch pythons.
You can make that happen, boy. I will.
Yeah, I'm trying. Trust me.
I will rent a whole venue, but. Man, it's been a pleasure, Jesse. I have so much work to do. So the way my days are scheduled, I do all my outside stuff during the day, and at night I'm on the computer, and I don't want to get on the computer till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
You are a busy person.
Time group coaching session tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm ready for these women in real estate. So yes, you all, I have a new YouTube channel. If you have not heard yet, I have a new YouTube channel. It is Agent's Guide to Atlanta. Make sure you guys go subscribe, and subscribe to the Karana Effect podcast. It's on YouTube. It's just Karana Effect.
That's what's up.
I can't go live directly on YouTube until I get 50 subscribers. Facebook, hey Marcia, I have almost 5,000 Facebook followers. Why can't I get 50 freaking subscribers? That's booty. I'm ready to scrap the whole Facebook channel and just unfollow everybody.
For real, give us some support. We all need support. That's the problem. We all need to support each other.
I'm not out here doing any foolishness. It's not costing you anything. For every Gmail account you get a free YouTube account. So from all of your Gmail addresses, go subscribe to the Karana Effect on YouTube and Agent's Guide to Atlanta. Agent's Guide to Atlanta. And I'm giving a small business that you want me to come review and do some footage in. Here's the thing. I'm doing real Google reviews. Now, don't be trash and expect me to give you some favor. But if you want a legitimate Google review to carry some weight, I am a top tier Google reviewer. I have over 7 million Google followers. 7 million Google followers. So if you want me or you know anybody who needs some good Google presence, I will come out and do some reviews. You might have to feed me or you might something like that, some little something just for me to come out there. But subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Corona Effect, and that's where my video footage of my visit to your business will be presented on the Corona, not the Corona Effect, on the Agent's Guide to Atlanta. If I'm traveling and I have passport, will travel. So I will travel, but you will accommodate the travel. Okay?
That's what's up.
7 million. So, let me see if I can pull this thing up. I am not this, as the kids say, no cap, no cap.
I know, I believe you. Should have more.
I don't even know. And to keep it 100 with you, I have no clue how I got there. I swear I don't. Let me see if you can see this. Y'all see that number?
Oh yeah, I see it. Damn.
That is my Google profile. That's one of them. Now I got another one that's about 2 million.
Where all them people at?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait a minute. Like I said, I don't know how I got all those followers. I don't know how to get to the other one. But anywho, yes, I am definitely here for the what am I doing? I'm here for the content and to show mom and pops. I don't care anything about you. Oh, the other one I got 1.9.
Almost 2 million. Yeah. You popping right now.
Yeah, so and the reason that I have that presence on Google is because I do thorough. I don't just be like, I hate them, don't ever go there. I will give a very detailed breakdown of the places that I go, my experience, who served me. I'm very attentive to who serves me. If it's a restaurant, I ask for the server's name. I have a conversation with if it's a store, I'll ask, what's your name? They don't even know. They don't even know what I'm doing because I'm gonna put their name in the review, especially if they did a good job. I went to a little Mexican type of, it was like some little spot last weekend, and the lady gave me on my receipt, she wrote her name. She said, please give me a Google review. I just chuckled. I said, she don't even know. She's already gonna get the review. But that's one of the things that I offer on Agent's Guide to Atlanta. Even though my page is Agent's Guide to Atlanta, I will travel. Y'all know I travel a lot anyway. So I'm down to jump. I don't know the plane thing now, man. God, dog.
For real, with all these Delta flights going on.
It's not even about Delta. It's a lot of other airlines that's dropping out of the sky. Delta has
Delta that had about 10 of them in the last couple of weeks.
The plane flipped upside down. That was a Delta flight.
That was Delta. They had one here at Hartsfield Airport that hit another wing. They had one out of Charlotte. Smoke. Listen, I go on it because I actually was supposed to go to Newark to see my daughter flying for my birthday, but I seen all these plane crashes. To my dad, don't worry about it. No, you ain't getting on this plane.
Hold on. So we got somebody on here. Tanya Lewis, sister girl. This man. So my sister Tanya has a dating show. Tanya, we got a single man that's looking. How can he get down with you? Can he be a part of your program? See what happens?
Yeah.
Tanya, you watching, sis? I see it's showing that she's on the Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I wanna make this connection. I was already thinking about Tanya, but Tanya Lewis, you can hit me up. We're wrapping up actually but I want to make sure that I make this connection. Follow Tanya R. Lewis. She's on Instagram too, but she has a dating show that she's working on.
Okay, that's what's
Are
up.
you scared or are you scarred? What you doing? What's up?
Might be a little bit of both.
That's what that. So we're gonna get to it. I'm working with Tanya on this production.
Okay,
So
that's what's up. All right,
sure it's gonna be something. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be classy.
definitely.
My sister is fly to death, but
That's what's up.
she didn't respond yet. But Tanya, I'll connect you. But look for Tanya Lewis. Tanya
Okay. Or,
Instagram.
she can go to Bold Buddy 101 on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay, that was gonna be my last question for you. How people can find you, follow you, support you. Bold Buddy 101.
Yeah, 101 at Instagram and TikTok. Facebook, just my name. I got a skull cap on, and I got 2 pages, and I got a motorcycle helmet on. Or they can email me, boldbunny toilettrainer.gmail.
Okay. So I put it in the comments on Facebook. Anybody, please follow Jesse and be on the lookout for the final version and the production model of Bold Buddy.
Yes.
I am so honored to have had you here. I thank you for your time and for sharing you as well as your invention.
Yes.
I want to encourage you to keep going, keep creating, and just don't take for granted anything. I don't think you will, but just don't take for granted how powerful your brain is and the impact that you will have on your children and other children who look like you, other little brown boys who might not have thought that they can create something out of thin air.
Right.
So that is the main reason that I really was so excited about having you, is because some people legitimately don't know that they can do anything.
Yes, definitely.
You just have to be intentional. You have to work at it. You can't be frustrated and give up. You can be frustrated, but you can't let it make you give up. So I want you to know that I appreciate and I salute you for just having the courage to just try something that's different.
I appreciate it. And let me say, if anybody have any ideas or dreams they want to do, don't let nobody stop you. There's nothing too big, and the only one that can stop yourself is yourself.
Y'all know I say that all the time. Ain't nobody me.
You are your worst enemy. Don't never tell nobody you can't. You might get a couple of no's, but still don't give up. You never give up. A lot of these celebrities and people started like that. You cannot give up. If it's your dream, you the only one can make it reality.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, that is all for now, you all. I want you to make sure that you make somebody smile on purpose.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
a beautiful day and be intentional about making an impact and leaving a lasting effect.
Yes. You don't know what words will do to people. They change their mind, they mood, or they day. You just don't know.
Life and death lies in your tongue. Speak
Words
life,
of encouragement. That's right.
speak life all the time. And
Yes.
if somebody is let's stop the matching energy when it's a negative thing. We don't have to, man.
Definitely.
You're gonna be in a cycle of negativity and you're not even gonna understand. It's been 2 days since you had to tell that person about themselves because they were acting stupid. So you chose to match energy and act stupid right with them. And now you got this, you're carrying this energy with you for no reason, because you could have just could have let them be a fool all by themselves.
That's right. That's
I
right. Don't settle.
I saw a meme 2 years back. It said, when two people are arguing, you can't tell who the fool is.
That's right. That's right. That's so right.
So I said that to say, Good night, everybody. It's been a pleasure. I don't take for granted that you spent your time with me here. Know what to do.
And I appreciate you and all the folks that's watching. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.